Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Corey Johnson, and welcome to Relationship Management. Today's topic is going to be about the 90 days probation. The 90 days probation. The reason why I came up with this topic is for a reasonable protection, for a man or a woman, because it's possibilities, there are possibilities that men need a place to live, and a lady would be nice enough to let the man come and stay with her. But in cases, the lady might be right and she be a good person, but the man that she let move in be thrown off. The man can be jobless, lazy, worthless, stink, don't like to get in the tub, don't know how to wash his penis. He act like he don't have the sense to, wash his penis before he let his woman suck him. And get something in the dirty like that. Nuts always be stinking. You always hear ladies online speaking about these situations, and a lot of time, the man when he was a child, he didn't have no type of a training. The mother neglected to show him how to clean his ass crack right. Properly wash, or he didn't even have the father that cared to teach him how to get up in the tub. You know what I mean? Nobody in his family has taught him how to clean the inside of his asshole right after he take a shit, or while he's in the tub. Nobody has ever educated them and showed them these methods. You know what I mean? How to brush his teeth properly and how to floss. You know what I mean? That's why you see a lot of adults these days, they have shit in between their teeth. And they breath always smelling like, horse shit or something. Because they got all that meat and chicken inside of their gums, and they act like they don't have the sense of their brains to floss and to brush. You know what I mean? And they have a lot of adults, their whole mouth be funky. They'll try to tongue kiss you, and they haven't even brushed their tongue. A lot of adults don't even have the sense to know when you brush your teeth, you got to brush your tongue too, because they got germs, bacteria, and funk on it. And if you just brush your teeth, just put water in your mouth and spit out, next thing you know, you go tongue kiss your girlfriend a few hours later, and your mouth smelling all musty and stuff. There are methods and techniques that you can use to clean yourself, for your hygiene. And and if you move in with a woman, you can't get angry and mad at her if she's trying to teach you a lesson. You know what I mean? Don't look at her, a lot of men will look at a woman like she's stupid and say, bitch, you must be crazy, and start laughing. You know what I mean? It's unfair for you to call her a bitch and crazy when she's trying to teach you a lesson, because, you have to reason together. You got to really reason. Be reason about this. Your mom and your daddy didn't teach you. Somebody got to teach you about your nasty ass. You ought to want to learn. You know what I'm talking about? Now, this with basically it works both ways too. Just like I say that about the men, they grow up all nasty and shit. They got ladies like that too. They haven't had any home training. You know what I mean? or their mama never cared to teach them how to wash their vagina hole out. You know what I mean? Or to wipe they they crack out, right, whenever they, take a poop, and a lot of ladies, they nasty, because they, like I said, the mama never taught them how to wipe their ass right, or how to clean their pussy out right whenever, they pee. A lot of them so nasty, they pee and they don't even wash their vagina. They just push up their drawers and let the piss come on their drawers. This is every day. They go take a leak, you know what I mean? And they just take toilet paper and they dry the pee off and they pull up their drawers and the piss leak up in their drawers. Every time you turn around, they want you to eat their coochie out, and their coochie be smelling like some pickle juice or something. You know what I mean? And a lot of them, they feel like, that's the way their vagina is supposed to smell. That it's supposed to smell like cat. A lot of ladies believe that their vagina is supposed to smell like tuna fish. They feel like it's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? I even witnessed, years ago, you know what I mean, my ex-girlfriend up in the tub, you know what I mean, that I checked her out to see how she would wash and see how she would clean herself. She just stood up and she just got a towel and just wiped the, just the outside of her vagina, but she didn't open up her lips now one time and get all that out. You know what I mean? And I heard her speaking about, I stink. You know what I mean? Like if we be on the phone talking, you know what I mean? And I was like, your period down? She said, no, I just stink. And a lot of ladies, they make fun of them own self. And they be like, I smell like some tuna fish down there. I'm like, your period down? No. That's because they don't know how to properly wash their stains out. You know what I mean? And I had more than one girlfriend always tell me that. You know what I mean? How cats smell like onion and stuff. You know what I mean? Be like, I stink, or I smell like onion, or I smell like tuna fish down there. You know what I mean? A lot of ladies, they'll say that, you know what I mean? Because you got to realize they're helpless, they're brainless. Because they had a nasty mama, you know what I mean? That kept her thing smelling like that. And the mama was negligent and didn't even bother to teach her daughter how to wash her vagina hole out right. And her daughter grew up stupid as fuck. You know what I'm talking about? Not even know how to wash a coochie. A lot of girls, you hear them, they be always musty down there. And you never ever, they be online saying that they never ever use soap down there. You know what I mean? But you always hear ladies complaining that, I smell bad down there. I'm smelly. The reason why you smell it because your ass just got off YouTube telling men and the whole entire world that you don't use soap. The only thing you telling men that you are a funky motherfucker. You know what I mean? I don't mean to use, you know what I mean, so much curse words like this, but sometimes you have to be straight. You know what I mean? And you have to be real. It's all about being real. You know what I mean? I'd rather to be real than fake. And sometimes you have to use vulgarity because you got ironclad, you know what I mean, some good material that people need to understand and hear. You know what I mean? Now, what I'm saying about the 90-day probation, if you are, let's say that the man let the woman come move in, you want to already have your contract up in your computer ready to print out for the person you let move in your house to sign. Okay, it's gonna say at the top 90-day probation period. That means that I have the right to put your ass out of my house if it don't work out in 90 days. You know what I mean? You can have it like that. That means if the person you let move in your house steal $5 and you catch her stealing $5 and you gotta You got it on camera. She's sitting $5. You can put her out because it's still within the 90-day period. Just because she signed that contract doesn't mean that she's safe. And she got 90 days to live with you legally without getting put out. You understand what I'm saying? So, within that 90 days, you want to be on your best behavior. And if you have some, if there's things that you don't know, you have to be all right to want to learn. You can't move in somebody's house acting like you know it all. You know what I mean? Or acting like you don't want nobody to tell you nothing. You have to have the willingness to want to listen and to learn. And you have to be reasonable about this. You have to think. You have to really think to yourself. A lot of times you're going to have a lot of, alone time, and you want to just think. Okay, my mama and my daddy did not train me, but what this man is telling me, I can't get mad and angry with this man and say he don't know how to treat a woman, because it is the truth. He told me my pussy stink. So, you know what I mean? It's obviously he's telling the truth, because I smell stinky as a motherfucker. And the only thing he told me, you have to reason with yourself, and you go in the room like if, you know what I mean, you and your man working on your nerves because he's telling you this. You feel like he have no business telling you this, but what he's telling you is the truth. But the truth is making you angry and mad, and you bitter at him, accusing him for not knowing how to treat a woman, or accusing him from not loving you just because he's telling you that you smell stink. No, he's only telling you the truth because he don't want to smell your stink. He don't want to smell your shit. You understand, Sam? He's telling you these things because you are not fun to him anymore if you being smelly. He's only trying to teach you how to, clean your vagina hole outright without you getting stupid and mad at him. He want to train you how to, clean the dookie out your asshole, right? Because he's tired of every time I turn around, he's seeing shit stains in your drawers, and they're making him sicker than the motherfucker. Every time he look at it, he can't even buy a Snicker bar no more because he's thinking about the dookie up in your ass all the time. Or he thinking about the shit stains up in your drawers. He can't even buy no Twix, anything chocolate. He look, I don't even want it because he's thinking about your shitty drawers all the time. The frame of mind, you're damaging him. You brain damage to a man because you bring him filled up in his life. You know what I mean? And you don't want to listen. You don't want to be fair and let him teach you. Only thing you have to do is just receive. You know what I mean? Receive when the man trying to tell you something. You know what I mean? But you got to make sure, gentlemen, you got to make sure that you have your shit right too. You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't want to have shit up in your ass or shit in your drawers, shit stains up in your drawers, and you trying to teach her how to clean the shit stains out of her ass, right? The blind can lead the blind. If you blind, if you shit as a motherfucker down there, you got shit chocolate stain looking like Snicker bars up in Tootsie Rolls up in your drawers. Who are you to go and try to train her? No, you have to know the proper way how to clean the shit stains out of your drawers, and I'm gonna show you. You know what I mean? On what to do. There's things you can do. Everybody needs to know what to do. You know what I mean? Whenever you're taking the shit. You know what I mean? On that toilet paper, and there's some wipes you can use. There's wipes you can buy. There's they're flushable. You know what I mean? You got to clean the crack after you can't wipe too hard with the toilet paper. Obviously, you're going to cut your anus and you're going to start bleeding. But after you use some toilet paper, they got certain toilet paper that's soft enough where it won't cut your ass. You got to go in there and spend a little higher on it. You know what I mean? Some quality toilet tissue. And you get some wipes and you clean the crack. You got to, clean the crack. Clean the inside the penny of the crack. Because if you don't clean the inside the penny of the crack with the wipe, you know what I mean, the shit is gonna leak through the crack, and it's gonna get on your drawers, and you're gonna be embarrassed every time your girlfriend got to wash your clothes out of your drawers. She got dookie stains in it. You're a grown ass man, and she'd be like, ugh, you like a 5-year-old or something. You a nasty ass person. You know what I mean? So you have to, have this wisdom and knowledge. Somebody have to teach you. You got to learn somewhere. You know what I mean? And then if your girlfriend don't know it, and then she move in your house and you teach her what you know. Know why? Because you're not blind and you have your shit together. Your asshole never be shitty and shitty stains in your drawer. So you teach her what you know, and she be like, wow, I never know that. Next thing you know, she became better. Why? Because she have the willingness to learn. And you have to make her understand that you're never too old to learn. Understand? Don't get angry, mad at somebody trying to teach you something. It's out of love. It's out of LOVD, because it's out of LOVE, because it's obvious your mama and your daddy didn't train you or didn't teach you these techniques. So you need to learn it, because you're not gonna come in here smelling all funky like some tuna fish and having my entire house smelling like shit or something. You know what I mean? There's certain things you have to learn, and you got to be willing. You know, you bring up in the bathroom and you teach her how to wipe the dookie out of her ass right, how to use the wipes. You teach her how to get up in the tub right. You know, there's 2 tubs you can use. Got one for your upper body. You know what I mean? Your legs. You know what I mean? And you have for ladies, they need 3 towels. You need one for the clean part, like the body, the arms, the legs, stuff like that. You know, the tits. You know what I mean? But for the booty hole, you got a separate towel for that, and the vagina hole, you got a separate towel for that, ladies. There's more work you have to do, because it's the fact. It's hard being a lady, because you always got to be, struggling cleaning your vagina all through the day. You know what I mean? So a man won't smell it, because if you can smell it, somebody else can smell it. You will have the entire Walmart smelling like your vagina if you don't fight to always washing and cleaning it a lot. You know what I mean? Especially when it's period time, because when the sun comes, the sun is going to beat the hell out you and have your vagina smelling so bad. You already have your period pad on, then you got the blood, and then you got the heat. Next thing you know, entire Walmart just lit up smelling like your pussy. You know what I mean? And it's a bad thing, because it really can get somebody a headache. It's that strong and it's that bad. It make a man scared. It make a man afraid of you. So you have to get out of that, ladies, with, you know what I mean, rejecting the truth. You know what I mean? We're gentlemen. You know what I mean? A lot of times the gentleman can come to you out of respect and say, look, I can smell your vagina hole. Could you get in the tub? You can't get mad at him, because he's only telling you the truth. If he's telling you the truth, don't get angry and mad. Just say, okay. As long as the man don't loud cap you up in the store while y'all up in the store on the line, and he smell you, and he be like, babe, your pussy stink. You know what I mean? No, man, don't do that. You know what I mean? Because that would literally, you know what I mean, make her trip. Don't embarrass her, but tell her, you know what I mean? You can whisper in her ear if you at the movie. Say, honey, I smell your vagina. Could you go to, the bathroom and see what you can do? See the type of a miracle. And she said, okay. You just listen when the man is trying to show you something and tell you something. You know what I mean? It's very important, and vice versa. You know what I mean? If the man moving, with you, if you don't know something, teach him how to do it right. You know what I mean? The 90-day probation, when you sign that, you have to get it notarized. You understand? The 90-day probation. So you are showing your partner that you have the willingness to want this to work, and trying to give him more than enough time to become a better person. You know what I mean? The party that move in with you, you have to be willing to change. You know what I mean? If you got bad habits, have that up in the contract, up in the 90-day probation. I understand that you are gonna have some bad habits, and you need to learn my rules and my regulations. You need to learn what I like and what I dislike, and there's some changes you are gonna have to do, because you got some. You're gonna come in here with some bad habits and the wrong ways, the wrong attitude, or some evil spirit. A lot of that gonna have to change, because in order for me to be happy with you, you're gonna have to be willing to take my classes. My classes mean, you know what I mean, I'm showing you how to become a better person, and you have to have the willingness to become a better person. because that's the only way I'm going to be able to tolerate you if you have the willingness to become a better person. I'm not going to just throw you away just because you funky or stinky when you come up in here. If your feet smelling like cheese, if you're musty under the arm, if underneath your arm smelling like vagina and stuff and your breast stink, I'm going to teach you. Because if I love you, if I still love you, you know what I mean? I must love you if I'm telling you to come and move in. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, let's say that before a woman move in, you know what I mean? You talk about these matters on the phone and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And some kind of way, she move in. Well, you teaching her. You know what I mean? Some people, they'll laugh at you. Like if you talk about that, about, teaching them what to do to wash their ass right and stuff, they'll laugh. Wanna know why they will laugh? Because they stupid. You understand? For number one, their mom and their daddy didn't teach them how to do it. That's why they're so funky. It be in their 20s smelling very, very, very bad. You know what I mean? And a lot of men, they be quick to lick out their tongue with the woman, and they have no idea. You know what I mean? You ever let a woman come sit in front of your car? You know what I mean? You work for one of those transportation service, and you let a lady come sit in the front. Lady sit in the front, and that's an obvious smell, and it's from her vagina. And it smell rotten still. It smell like a dumpster truck. It smell very bad, and you can tell it's a sickness. Well, a lot of ladies have that sickness because, they don't know how to wash their vagina outright. You know what I mean? And a lot of times they be having caterpillars in their pussy, or they have millipedes in their pussy, or they have maggots in their pussy, or they can have maggots up in their anus. And a lot of men, you have to learn to stop always licking. A lot of men want to, go in the car whenever it's dark and have sex with somebody, a hooker on the street. And you like to, and there's rumors that a lot of men like to eat booty. And then they'll lick a lady that don't even be seen. Lady can have monkey pops in her pussy. You know what I mean? Or can have, maggots up in her anus. Because they be that dirty and nasty. And a lot of time, these ladies have mental problems. You know what I mean? And they've been a relapse. They quick to go back on drugs or alcohol. And their brains be so fucked up from crystal meth and stuff. They don't even, they'll forget to wipe their ass after they shit. And they have shit now, up in their ass a lot. Or their vagina, they get in the tub, in the shower, but it slipped their mind to wash their coochie out. You know what I mean? Then when they get out the tub, they open their coochie and it smells like garbage truck. And some men are stupid. You know what I mean? You be on alcohol, and some men be on drugs or smoking their weed, and they go to taste. They got all that weed in their mouth, can't even taste that the lady is dirty down there and unclean because they got the taste of weed in their mouth. Next thing you know, the man getting all sick. Next thing you know, he got lesions all over his neck, all over his body and stuff like that. And he had to go to the hospital, and they got to stick these needles in them to get their yellow pus out. You know what I mean? All over his chest, all over his pubic hair, all over his penis. You know what I mean? All his neck are getting all kind of skin infections and stuff. A lot of ladies, they have all kind of skin infections. They got VD, venereal disease. They got the gonorrhea, the syphilis, all kind of lesions, all kind of, bumps of measles you can catch. Going on out there and try to lick that pussy. Next thing you know, you got all them bumps all around your lips, herpes on your lips and stuff. And you see a lot of ladies that have the herpes too. They try to cover it up with lipstick, but you can still see it. Like, you know what I mean? Bumps on their lip. But you can see it through the lipstick. So it's very important to be very careful. You know what I mean? If your woman, if you know for a fact she's bipolar, she's schizophrenic, and if you know she smoked weed too, you know what I mean? And if a lady try to tell you to, that she used to be on drugs, but she's not on drugs no more, the best thing to do is to don't ever waste your time with a woman that says she used to be on drugs, because she's gonna want to relapsing on you. You know what I mean? And people, you know what I mean, that's on drugs, they don't have reason, and there's no understanding. That's why it's very important, before you even get to the 90-day probation, you have to make sure you get to know them better up front. You know what I mean? And she has to have the willingness to want to be respectful to you. You know what I mean? If she put you on solid treatment and be gone a lot, you know what I mean, for like 3 weeks at a time, and you tell her, hey, I don't like you to do that because it really breaks my heart missing you all the time, and she keep on doing it, and you telling her, okay, I don't know what game you trying to play. You might think that it's making my heart grow fonder, but it's making me lose love. It's making me lose feelings for you. And then you come back to me a month later, and you gonna think that I'm supposed to be all right with you up in my face. No, I don't love you anymore. You know what I mean? All the time you disappear. You know what I mean? I was checking out this other chicken. I don't feel that way about you anymore, because you kept on doing it. I tried to tell you over and over again repeatedly, but you kept doing what you want to do. You know what I mean? You kept on putting me on silent treatment, and I saw that you read my letters and telling you how I feel, and you just ignored it, and you just went out here. I saw the blue checks on WhatsApp app. You know what I mean? And I kept on telling you, right? You never even tell me you're sorry and you're gonna be a better person, nothing. You know what I mean? And you think I'm supposed to be all right when you just can come back to me every 3 weeks. It don't work that way. Gentlemen, you don't let nobody play with you that way. You know what I mean? And, now back to the 90-day probation. If the woman is up in your house, you're going to have to show her how to be respectful to my mind. As a man, you're going to be respectful to my rules. And you have to have the willingness. You're telling her everything you want. She signed her name. And you just teach her. And you show her peace and love. If the woman is being right and good to you, you know what I mean? Don't cheat on her. Don't take advantage of that. And, don't hit her. Don't smack her. Nothing like that. You know what I mean? And you want to have some cameras up in your house. You have to respect that. That's for your protection, because a lot of these ladies, you know what I mean, they'll lie to the police and say you raped them whenever you decide to put them out because they had bad behavior. You know what I mean? Because when you go to court, the court going to want to know what date, what time did that happen. Understand? They should give the court a date and time, but you can objection, Your Honor. I got Exhibit A. On the day she say, here's the camera footage right here on my laptop, and you can show her. Or you got footage on your laptop, and you take some SD card somewhere, you know what I mean, and have it hidden somewhere. You can have it by your mama's house or something, just in case she try to steal your laptop or your evidence. You will have, you know what I mean, proof of footage somewhere else. You know what I mean? If she ever lie on you, well, you guys gonna go to court and you're gonna show the judge exhibits. And once you prove that the woman lied to you or initiate a false report, it's against the law to initiate a false report. You can get a charge for perjury, and you can go to jail for perjury. You know what I'm saying? They got all kind of different charges, and then you can sue her for damages and everything else. So you got to learn how and know how to protect yourself. You know what I mean? So basically, in the 90-day probation, you got all that in stipulation. These cameras are for my protection. You know what I mean? It is to watch you, to make sure you on your best behavior. You're not stealing from me. You're not gonna be up to no good to hurt me. And it's for whenever I'm gone, I'll be able to, you know what I mean, get alerts. You know what I mean? If somebody walking around my house, so I'll be able to see what's going on. It'll let me know, what's happening. If I'm in my room, I got sensors on my windows, come on alarm, somebody walking in my back, I can wake up when I hear that beep and I can see everything. You know what I'm talking about? So it's very important, to have your shit together, gentlemen. Ladies, get your shit together. Have your mind right, because the blind can't lead the blind. You have to have the willingness to want to learn and listen and get along. It's very important. Life is too short for dumb shit. You got to have the willingness to learn. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this message. You have a good